A couple of hours ago, Valve updated the Source SDK and added 64 support to some of its old titles that did not have it before, such as Counter-Strike Source, Half-Life Deathmatch Source, Day of Defeat Source, and Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, and more importantly, the addition of Half-Life 2 Deathmatch and Team Fortress 2 to the SDK, making them now legally open source, meaning that developers can make source mods for these games which can be released on Steam, as seen for the Portal and Half-Life games. However, there are two rules to this that are catching people's attention. The first is that the mod cannot give access to any unobtained items to the players in order not to hurt the multi-billionaire company's economy from a game they barely care about anymore, and second of all, the player must have TF2 installed in order to play the source mod. Now, for mods that already utilize having TF2 as a base such as Open Fortress, this is not a big deal. It is a big deal however for TF2 Classic players, as TF2C is its own game completely, not relying on TF2 at all to be able to run. This frustration is understandable, as if TF2C decides to switch to the legal SDK, they would skyrocket up to being a game that needs at least 40 gigabytes of storage to run. And now for some personal words of mine about TF2, considering the release of the final comic, and the release of the source code legally, it is safe to say that this might as well be the legitimate end of Team Fortress 2. There is nothing else to hope for it anymore. With what I have seen so far, Valve has released the final proof that they will never ever touch TF2 for a major update ever again. The heavy update is now officially dead after all these years, a shame to the 5 people who still had hope.